Hey everybody, Creature Hunt Guy here again, coming at you with another movie review. And today I'm reviewing, or tonight, it's actually very late here where I'm living. But anyways, I suppose that means people in China are having a nice, good old afternoon. But enough about that. Today I'm going to review a movie that I have been meaning to review for a long time. I saw it quite a long time ago, but I never got a chance to review it, and I'm not really sure why, but since this is the year of apparently horror movie remakes, I feel it necessary to review the original, The Evil Dead. Oh yeah. The Evil Dead is a horror movie directed by Sam Raimi. This was one of his earlier films, and he was able to go crazy as a young director on it. Another person was also a very young actor at the time, and this was one of his biggest hits, and that was Bruce Campbell. Now, this was probably one of his biggest breaks as a young actor, and ever since his career slowly went downhill a bit. And he was in lots of B-grade horror and sci-fi movies, until he started to get a lot of job as sort of a comedy actor later on in his years. But this is a movie where it really shows a lot of strange humor and also horror at the same time. It's not exactly a dark comedy, although lots of people would probably call it that, but it's also more of a strange look into a person's psyche at the same time, throwing in demons. I'm really all over the place. Why don't I just start from the beginning? So 4 young people driving their nice old-fashioned car into the woods to stay at a cabin. That apparently doesn't really belong to them, but someone knows somebody who owns that cabin, so they stay there. 2 guys, 2 girls, you know what I'm talking about right there. Well, in this basement, they go down there. Well, in the basement of the cabin, they go down there. They find this book, which is called the Necromonicon. How do they know this? Well, there's also a tape player, which apparently belonged to the owner of the cabin. He's a professor researching the Necromonicon and all kinds of creepy history stuff like that. Well, he's been looking at it, and apparently it is an evil book of the dead, which can summon demons if you say these particular spooky, hocus-pocus Latin words. And, to tell you the truth, they sound like Latin words to me. So, well, of course, the idiot guy, decides to read it, because it'd be fun, haha! However, the voice of reason in the group, the other guy, Ash...
No, not this guy. He'd be toast.
No. Ashley, played by Bruce Campbell, says it's probably not a good idea to summon the dead from the Necromonicon. But he does it anyway, and what do you know? A demon comes! Now, something Sam Raimi was really pretty well known for in this movie, and also did in the successive sequels, was the camera work. See, the demon really isn't shown except for pretty much just a puff of gas and when it's possessing people. But when you're seeing the demon, it's actually through the demon's eyes, so you're floating around and going up and down throughout the forest and creeping up on people, and it's actually very well done. The camera work is quite amazing, I must say. And it's actually pretty innovative, too, of Sam Raimi to think of such a thing like this, and that's kind of one of the big steps in this movie. But anyways, as I was saying, the demon is summoned, and now these 4 idiots are screwed. What these 4 brave people must do now is to fight off the demon till morning, and of course, the demon starts picking them off one by one. Well, first of all, the other girl, runs out into the forest and is, dealt with by a tree. Others get the short end of the stick as Ashley is the last one standing, and he must fight them off till morning. Although it's pretty much a basic plot, and it pretty much stays pretty stationary, being that it takes place the entire movie in one cabin, in one woods, just like that other movie. This movie does it very well. In the way that other movies like Lifeboat and others have stayed in one location the entire time, they build the suspense and the horror so well that it just really starts to, get to you. But it also helps when the makeup artists and other special effects are used in creating the horrors that the demon does portray. Well, that never hurts anything either. The thing about the good old fashioned 80s was that you didn't have CGI, so you actually had to work on your special effects and your makeup to make it look real. And that's exactly what this movie does. It makes things look real. And when it doesn't look real, when it looks like just some guy getting you know, makeup and stuff on and getting it rubbed all over their face, it still makes you look horrified because you know that it's actually there. It's not just some computer being splotched on the screen and all that good stuff. No, this is actually taking time and heart to do, and I love that about the old-fashioned special effects. That's kind of why I hate CGI, although it has given us some pretty amazing scenes in the past. This movie wasn't an instant hit when it came out. In fact, it took a while for it to get a bit of a following, but when it did, it got a cult following. It also had a sequel, Evil Dead 2, which focused more on comedy than the horror aspect, and then Army of Darkness, which was the third and final to the trilogy. But the first one was a pretty good masterpiece of horror, I'd say. Maybe not the greatest movie in cinema, but probably one of the best horror movies out there. And Sam Raimi as the director did an outstanding job. It's kind of hard to believe that he would make the Spider-Man trilogy later on, but I like them too. If you're a horror fan of any movie like that at all, I definitely suggest you check out The Evil Dead, especially since there's a remake coming out. I don't want you to watch the remake and let it spoil it for you, because it will not be as good as the original. Or it might. I don't know. But if it is, then that's going to be pretty hard to beat because this one was pretty freaking awesome. So, if you haven't seen it and you're looking for a good scare, I definitely say check this movie out. It is pretty cool. It's one of my personal favorite horror flicks. And that is saying a lot. So, tomorrow being St. Patrick's Day, I guess you should probably wear green or someone's going to kick you or whatever that is. Don't drink too much beer. Don't stay up too late like I am currently doing. And until next time, guys, this was Creature Hunt Guy. That was The Evil Dead. And I'll see you guys later. Don't get next to a tree.